next letter she received, she was a little more optimistic and happy, knowing that by this time, Jermaine was off of Key Block. Anika's optimism lasted all but a split second as she read the first couple lines. It was a repeated attack. His adversaries had sent another missile, and so the war was on. Only this time, Jermaine was the victor. Another inmate had rushed Jermaine, trying to stab him with a sharp object. Very quickly, Jermaine struck his right foot out on the guy's right knee, preventing him from moving forward as he held the hand with the knife. Now, with the one hand holding the knife hand, he struck the guy's jawbone with a right side punch while closing in the distance with a closed right hook. The guy was out cold and with a broken jawbone to take with him. Although the guy didn't press charges, it still resulted in a disciplinary hearing. The next time Monica had heard from Jermaine, he was in mid-state box, and for 2 years. And though she was mad and weary regarding this whole situation, this was the first time where she actually felt some relief. Though her man was confined to a cell, she was able to sleep better at night, knowing that no one can get to him or hurt him. To add to her euphoria, Peace had bought a dozen roses with the money that he made doing handiwork for the neighbors. He gave 4 roses to Emil and 4 roses to Ayana. Together they gave it to their mom with a card. The card read, "Thank you, Mom, for being the best mom in the world and for cooking our favorite foods." Smiley face. Anika didn't know whether to feel like a proud mom or an indentured servant. But one thing's for sure, this was the happiest she felt since Jermaine was around. Things were finally starting to look up. Anika was gaining her weight back, she was smiling more, and mentally and emotionally maturing. The kids were excited because Anika's mom and dad were driving up next month for Kwanzaa, and they were going to stay all 7 days. The family was slowly piecing itself back together again. Later on that night, Anika had a dream she couldn't interpret. She was staring out the window. Peaceful was her thoughts, watching the birds fly south. Then 2 little birds, resembling doves, was flying behind the larger group of birds when suddenly the 2 little birds fell out the sky. Far away but slowly approaching, the 2 little birds fell at Anika's door front. While feeling sorrow for the 2 little birds, Anika heard a voice say, "Haraka, Haraka, Hyena Baraka." And then she woke up from the dream. After that, she got a letter from Jermaine. Jermaine was checking on his family and letting them know that he was okay. Despite the hard times, who was he to complain to a single mother of 3? Jermaine ended the letter, sending his love and requesting magazines and word puzzles. Following that, Anika got a call from her job saying that 2 weeks before Christmas, they needed her to fill in more. A lot of people from Anika's job were getting laid off and fired, so they was really short of staff. Anika was feeling a bit discouraged because she couldn't think of anyone to look after her kids. Her sister Nefertiti didn't have, want, or even like kids. Her brother Mason, he was cool, but he had a severe drinking habit and a strong case of amnesia. Jermaine's sister Jackie and Lucille had been staying with their grandparents in Buffalo, New York since they were kids. And although it was just an hour and 15-minute ride, they didn't travel back often. Jermaine's mom practically lived with her clients, so time was always spared. Lastly, Anika thought of her parents, but they weren't supposed to come for another 3 weeks. To Anika's avail, her parents agreed to come up 2 weeks early. The kids were even more excited because they only seen their grandparents every year, and this was around Kwanzaa. Everyone was just as jolly as can be. Anika's mom was about 1/4 of the way to Rochester from Albany, New York. When she realized she had left her main Bible, she started to head back to grab it. But Anika had called. Mentioned in the Bible, Anika advised her parents that if they went back now, they wouldn't be in time for her departure to work. Anika's mom agreed, quoting Proverbs 7, verses 2 and 3. "Keep my commandments and live. Keep my teachings as the apple of your eye. Bend them on your fingers. Write them on the tablet of your heart." Anika's parents continued about and listening to their favorite songs, ecstatic in a heart so very young. To every word they sung along, snapping fingers and warm vibes, butterflies and lit up eyes. Exiting the expressway, They were about 5 minutes from Anika's house, which was on 3rd and Pennsylvania. Turning on Sayo from East Main, then all of a sudden it was an instant boom. The sound was so loud, it made nearby cars' car alarms go off. Anika's parents' car was upside down and on the opposite side of the street. Because the police were already present, being that they were chasing the guy who hit Anika's parents, the medics arrived quick. But truth was, even if the ambulance was sitting across the street when this happened, it couldn't have made much of a difference. Anika's parents was DOA.